Alright guys, been a while, but I figured I'd come back and make one of these little update videos. You can see it's still cold in Tennessee and the river's frozen over in numerous spots. This is an area that I never really got any footage of. It's A.J. Willis Road, which also got kind of decimated by the flood. You can see here kind of similar situation to my great aunt's property, where this is like a wooded stretch and it pretty much just collected all the trash. There's hundreds and thousands of spots like this on the river that's, I mean, may never even be cleaned up. There could be trash and stuff like that forever. But you'll notice this kind of trend driving around where people are kind of in various different stages of the cleanup. You can see here there's a tent. I didn't see any like foot tracks or anything around it that suggested anyone was living in it, but that's definitely still a reality for people in the area and North Carolina, everything. There's still a lot of people living in tents. Kind of best case scenario for them, they have a camper, which you might see some clips of. Yeah, people in campers trying to get their houses rebuilt, just trying to stay warm, keep themselves fed through all of it. Yeah, I never imagined, I don't think any of us ever imagined anything like this in the area. On the bright side, you can see there are people still getting houses built back, whether those are just temporary tiny homes they can kind of get caught up in life and maybe someday having something bigger built back, or whether they're getting mobile homes moved in. Example there. Yeah, this is a kind of common thing you see now. Lots of big trucks moving through the area doing various kinds of work. You kind of can't go anywhere without seeing them, obviously. Here we are going into Irwin, old hometown. A lot of people think there ain't much to do in Irwin, but you drive into Irwin and just look around you on all sides, man. Look at all those mountains and streams, and yeah, there's a lot to do in Irwin. You just gotta enjoy doing it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Little shot of downtown Irwin. The old movie theater. Used to play actual movies there. I think they do plays or something now. Yeah, not a lot to do if you don't enjoy outdoor stuff in Irwin, though. This is a spot that I used to come to every single weekend with my uncle and my brother, and we'd fish on the weekends. I just wanted to come and look at it now that the water's clear and see what it looked like. Like, kind of general area to the right over there is where my uncle would always sit, and I would sit right there where the rock, that big long rock ends. You can't even see the rock that I used to set my rods on. It's buried under the sand there. My brother would sit at that rock down there, and we'd just line the river bank with rods and catch trout and catfish and bass, and yeah, a lot of good memories at this spot. Just want to check it out. And there's some construction going on the interstate still. This is the area where Impact Plastics and Polypipe and everything was, and there's a ton of the polypipe stuff that they would make, and I just wanted to see if the little pond right there was still there or not. And yeah, there was a lot more rubble that I didn't get footage of going down the road there. This is the park near the animal shelter in Irwin. What's left of it. You can see some city workers or something's come in and scraped some of the mud off the road so that people can use the trail a little bit. Abandoned play sets. There was mud all the way up that slide. Rocks and everything got washed in there. Here's where CSX is going to get their material and bringing their material to fix the railroad. And it's kind of hard to go down this road at all because there's so many 18-wheelers. But yeah, adding to the point, you can't go anywhere without seeing dump trucks and 18-wheelers and stuff right now. Here's another spot on the river that freezes over real good. That's the Big Rock. I've seen some footage of it before. It actually freezes over so bad there, sometimes you can actually walk out on it and everything, which is pretty cool. Risky, but it's pretty cool. Back to that kind of Embreeville area. It's where my great aunt and my cousin lived. I think I mentioned it in one of the last videos. My cousin did have her baby, and they did have a tiny home built, and they using it as kind of like a temporary area while they get their actual house built back. And that'll be good for them. They had a baby room and everything set up in their old house already. Glad they'll get that back. Going up in Bumpus Cove, though, here. You can see, since the last time, there's some new construction popping up. Houses being built. Mobile homes being moved in. Still a lot of work to go. So much work to go. Still, some of those same cars we saw in those first videos that we went up in here sitting in the same spots. But seems like the main focus is just getting people their houses back, which is great. And they've got little areas set up here where you can come and drop off supplies, propane and food and water and stuff. And I kind of recruited Nola to do this part of the video with me, but people make comments about how there needed to be like an order for people to get their houses built back. The kind of general consensus was like widows and people with kids first, and then, kind of follow after that. But it does seem like that's what they've been doing. It's that kind of route. Just looking at the road that they're building for Little Germany, which they still continue to build, try and make it better. As far as I know, it's still one lane. I haven't gone down there. I don't want to get in anybody's way, I mean, you're either going to get in somebody's way that's working, or you're going to get in somebody's way who's trying to just go to town and get groceries and stuff. So I haven't been up in there. There's other footage on YouTube of some people interviewed up there and things, but this is the road that goes back up in Bumpus Cove to the back of it. And there's something back here I kind of want to talk about too. There's a lot of local history in Bumpus Cove, and it kind of doesn't end at the intersection there. There's a landfill back here behind this fence that had to be shut down for environmental reasons. They kind of ended up bringing way too much toxic stuff in there than they should. And as far as I know, it's public land. You're still allowed to go back there, but they've got this fence around it, I guess, to keep people from going back there and doing donuts and stuff. But Bumpus Cove was also a really big mining area back in the day, and that led to some conspiracy theories about how the government, and not even in this area in particular, but the government made the flood happen on purpose so that they could come into Bumpus Cove and mine lithium out of it. And to my knowledge, there's never been any lithium found in Bumpus Cove, and mining operations haven't existed up there for a long time. Native Americans use the area to mine things like paints, certain minerals for paints, to paint their face and stuff. And during the Civil War, the Confederates even used it as an area to like mine gunpowder and stuff. So needless to say, there's lots of history in Bumpus Cove. If you want to look into it more, you can do your own research. But I just want to shoot a little update video, let you guys know that we're still recovering, and it's going to be years, maybe a decade, but piece by piece we're getting there.